TikTok sues U.S. government, argues ban violates free speech. This is such a funny story.
This will go well.
This is such a funny story. I almost think they're trolling the U.S. government, right? Mm-hmm. For the first time in history, Congress has enacted a law that subjects a single-name speech platform to a permanent nationwide ban. Representatives of TikTok wrote in the lawsuit and bars every American from participating in a unique online community with more than 1 billion people worldwide. They also wrote the ban in an unprecedented violation of the First Amendment. By the way, this is a Valuetainment story written by the boys. So the suit further argues that speech should not be restricted on the grounds of national security and that the federal government must prove such a restriction is legitimated and warranted, but so far has not. It also called on Congress to provide proof that TikTok is a data security risk or that it possesses a threat to spread foreign propaganda. Finally, it argues that the ban violates the constitutional right to due process as provided by the Fifth Amendment, characterizing the ban as the declaration of a crime without a judicial proceeding. Tom, thoughts on this?
Well, you could take TikTok's name off the front of this, and you could put Meta there if they had used this law to go after Instagram during the election.
Right.
This would, word for word, this would be right there. The only thing I disagree with here is there was due process. Our government made a law. Congress voted yes.
Yep.
Senate voted yes. The president signed it. This is the only thing is throwing in there. Oh yeah. Also violates due process. If anything, this was a elongated process. It took months of debate. This wasn't like, it wasn't like we made something up. So I think what we have to look at here is it, on one hand, incredibly ballsy, basically a foreign government to be suing our government, because by proxy, that's what's going on, number one. But number two, this bill, and we've talked about it on the podcast, and I've been very clear, this bill is an anti-free speech bill, and there are congressmen that have said that, and that part of what's in here is correct.
I don't disagree, but go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. Well, it's quite simple. They're using our values against us. And, democracy's ugly and it's slow moving, but there's nothing uglier than autocrats and communists. So what they're doing is it's the
So what's your point?
There's the not me approach. You guys stand for free speech, so you guys are limiting free speech. Meanwhile, there's no free speech in China. Name me one American app that is allowed in China. I'll wait. None of it. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, nothing. And even TikTok is limited in China by the CCP via ByteDance. So the hypocrisy is palpable and it's ridiculous. And what's the latest with the divesting?
Very big word. I'm Googling.
Hypocrisy is palpable.
You can feel it. You can taste it, Vinny.
It's very palpable.
Take a sip, buddy.
Thank you.
Taste the rainbow. And meanwhile, who's using TikTok? It's the young people. We've seen Gen Z, what's happening with this woke, indoctrinated generation. We see them on college campuses. We see them turning gay. We understand that their trans is the new trend. We understand that they're anti-American now. How much of that is TikTok to blame? How much of that is universities to blame? How much of that is George Soros and left-wing dark money to blame? I would say the number one thing by far is TikTok. Because what percentage of Gen Z is at universities, especially liberal universities? I don't know. 25%? Maybe that? 90+% are on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they're being indoctrinated to a different way of life. This explains why Osama bin Laden is now a hero and Abraham Lincoln is a villain.
Yeah.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah, that's basically China. That bill is China going, how dare you stop us from spying, brainwashing, and corrupting and dividing your country? How dare you?
How dare you?
We're China. We could fly balloons. Yes. We could walk over the border with all these people. How dare you not let us do all these things to destroy your country? How dare you?
It makes me think about like so many different things.
Yeah.
One, it makes me think about, let us prove to you why freedom of speech doesn't work. Okay? Here's one. We'll sue you. Okay, what are you going to do about it now? Okay, no, seriously. I mean, actually go from the trolling side of, we're going to prove to you why this thing doesn't work. Number two, we're going to prove to you why, we can, divide your own country against you. Okay, we're going to get all the other social media companies on our side. Three, the way they're doing this is brilliant. You got to give them credit. ballsy, audacity, brilliant, trying to expose leaks in their own argument in U.S. Great. I love and the fact that they're saying, listen, if you guys force us to sell, we'll leave America. Don't worry about it. We'll even leave America. They're trying to tell you, we don't give a shit. You know why? Tom, here's the thing, though. If they're suing the U.S. government for what they're suing right now, okay, no problem. What can the U.S. government now ask for in discovery? What can the U.S. government now ask for discovery? Is there risk for ByteDance suing U.S. government, knowing that now the U.S. government can come back and ask for a bunch of different things in discovery, and now you're going to be like, oh, shit, we don't want to show that?
Yeah, this is grandstanding. The U.S. government in discovery is going to ask for the kitchen sink.
So meaning...
I didn't even mean to say that because Elon Musk walked in with the kitchen sink. But yeah, they're going to ask for the kitchen sink.
That's when you know you're such a good comedian that sometimes you catch
fall
yourself
back
like, man, I'm so good, I didn't even know I'm that good. But
let that sink in.
You kill me.
But where I'm going with this is the following. Okay, do you think the U.S. government is sitting there saying, we are so glad you're suing us? We are so glad you're suing us. Awesome. Sue us. That's what we want. Because now we get to ask discovery. Do you think that's what they're thinking about?
On our side?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Because there have been not leaks, but statements made by people who used to work for TikTok that said, hey, we knew we were sending user logs. Logs is the activity by a user. We knew we were sending user logs en masse to China. We knew it. And people have already made those statements. All those people, you think January 6th and the photo identity of everybody was bad? It's so easy to round up all these people that work for TikTok in the United States and have them being called by their government to testify on what happened there. There's only one thing to do there. Yeah, that's what we were doing. I'll tell you the date it happened too. The U.S. government, U.S. Attorney's Office, and this will be Southern District of New York, I imagine, is sitting there smirking, saying, oh, you want to play this game?
There's a part of me that thinks they're glad they got sued.
Yeah.
At least if I'm them, I'm sitting there saying, awesome, you want to sue us? Perfect. Let's show the fact that you're linked to China. This is going to make our job even easier, especially the people that want this thing to be done. Now, the people that I think would be concerned that they're suing is the guys that don't want TikTok to be banned. I don't know if this lawsuit's helped TikTok. I don't know if this lawsuit helps TikTok. This could end up backfiring on TikTok.
Well,
maybe.
This is their Hail Mary effort to basically keep it in the country. So you know what they're doing? You know what word this makes me think of? What was the word of the year, Webster's word of the year, 2022?
Investigation.
Gaslighting.
Oh.
They're gaslighting us. Come on, guys. Thought you believed in free speech. Don't worry about the spying and the malware and the national security threat. Come on, guys. Because there's a difference between aggressive and passive aggressive. So during the Cold War in the 60s, Russia was aggressive. Straight up. Yo, we will nuclear bomb you straight up. Ready to go to war? America. Like our parents. Tom, you probably remember a little of this. Cold War. Okay, thank you. They were literally going to, they had missiles in Cuba. There was an actual threat.
For a moment.
China are passive aggressive. They're not threatening us. They're like, what do you mean? Spyware, balloons, don't worry about it. Sending fentanyl. But no, we're not doing anything.
Buying land by military bases.
Confucius Institutes.
Yeah,
they're not
farmland.
aggressive like Russia was in the Cold War. They're passive aggressive. But China,
They're dangerous.
we know what you're doing, buddy.
We know.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.